Good morning everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel Quest for Nectar. Today I'm super excited because we are going on an orchid hunt. Now if you haven't seen my first ever YouTube video, we went to the Isle of Wight and there I found my first ever orchid, which was an early purple orchid, and I am now hooked. Everyone on Instagram and on Facebook is posting images of orchids, so we're going off today on a nature walk in Walthamstow marshes. So hopefully we'll see some nice birds, we'll see some nice insects, but most importantly we'll see some bee orchids, or I hope we will at any rate. But yeah, stay tuned and I'll take you along with me. Bank of nettles behind me, and it's always important when you're looking for wildlife to take a look at nettles because they're often chock full of insects. I found ladybirds, and most importantly I found caterpillars. Now there's two main types of caterpillar that feed on nettles, and you've got the red admiral and the peacock. They're both black and spiky, so I'm not entirely sure which ones these are, but we're going to take a look when we get home, but they're just wonderful. Well, that was the easiest nature quest I've ever been on because I've just found a bee orchid. So yeah, top tip, if you want to know where something is, make sure you go and ask an expert like David, who's been leading our walk. But yeah, I've just found a bee orchid and they're so beautiful. The preferred habitat for bee orchids is chalky grassland, which we're surrounded by right now. They are pretty small, which again, I know I've said this before about certain wildlife, but it's true that the kind of online effect, you know, when you see pictures taken by someone else, they tend to zoom in and everything looks larger than life, but these guys are really small and delicate. So these guys are nature's mimics. They're designed, or they've evolved to look like a female bee, and that entices the male bee when he comes along looking to mate with a female. He spots the orchid that looks like a female, gets all excited, buzzes up to her, tries to mate with her, and in doing so touches this kind of velvety portion of the flower which is covered in pollen, and in doing so he then pollinates the flower. So he leaves a bit disappointed, to be honest, but the orchid's happy. There are 52 species of orchid in the UK, and they're quite rare, a lot of them, so we don't often see them. But the bee orchid is my absolute favourite because it's so beautiful. If you want to find a bee orchid for yourself, head out in June and July, which is their flowering period, and make sure to have a look at meadows and kind of chalk grassland, which is their preferred habitat. They're pretty small, as I said, so you have to get down close to the ground and be careful not to tread on them. So if possible, try and stick to paths throughout the meadowlands so you don't crush any of the wildflowers. But they're definitely worth hunting for. I thought I'd hop on again here just at the end of this video to say a couple of things. So firstly, you might find that people are a little bit secretive about orchids and where they find them. So we tend not to tell people exactly where we find each specific flower because, you know, you always get those people that want to go and destroy other people's fun and pick them or trample them or otherwise destroy them. So it's always best not to kind of say exactly where you find them. Keep it a secret if you can. And lastly, this coming weekend, the 6th and 7th of July, is National Meadows Day. So what better time than this weekend to go out and see if you can find an orchid for yourself. I hope I've inspired you, and yeah, I'd love to see your pictures and videos that you find, so please do tag me in them at Quest for Nectar. Make sure to check out the blog, I'll leave a link down below, follow me on Instagram as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!